smoking on Kendrick?
Scum.
Cause my top 5 is Drake.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Don't flip! Pussy!
Boom, bam, bop.
Rocket launcher! This thing's doing streets!
Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Demon 4.
My main goal is to blow up.
Ah, yes. The legendary devil hunter Dante. Some may know him as a mercenary, others may know him as the wacky woohoo pizza man. But I know and will forever know this dude as the G-O-A-T. GOAT! Now, almost 2 years ago, I made a video talking about him, and over the past few months, it randomly just got a whole bunch of more views. So much to the point to where many people have requested me to make a Virgil and a Nero video as well. But I thought to myself, the original video I made for Dante felt like it was way different from the new types of videos now. So just as Devil May Cry 2 badly needs one, I think it's time I cook up a better remastered version. I'm about to put my blood, sweat, and balls into this one. So just be ready. And heads up, this video will include insane amounts of meat riding. I'm talking top tier groupie fanboy glaze, cause I love Dante.
I love this nigga right here. I swear to God.
Now hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's dive into the madness.
Okay, let's go.
So there's 5 games for Devil May Cry in total, minus this garbage reboot that literally does not play a canonical part to the series, and of course the other mobile games like Peak of Combat. Nobody cares about those, so we just gonna skip past them. I'm also skipping past all the mangas and novels because I ain't trying to throw up images up here. I'm trying to throw straight up cinematic masterpieces. So we're gonna also go in chronological order from the story, not when the games were made. So that brings us to the absolute amazing Devil May Cry 3. So this game started out with Dante chilling at his desk, and then some random bald head ass two-faced white Michael Jordan ass nigga decides to pull up to the shop. He walk inside and start asking if my boy's name is Dante and if he's the son of the legendary Sparta. Now Sparta was a devil from years ago that protected humanity against the demons, beat the king of all demons named Mundus, and sealed the demon world away from the human world, which eventually led him to getting married and having 2 kids. One being my boy Dante, and the other being a dude named Virgil. So that's a quick little recap, but we'll dive into that later. So Dante's just like, yeah, bruh, that's me. How the fuck you know this?
How? Hold on, bro. How?
And Arkham is just like, I learned this from your brother. Now take this invitation from him. He then grabs the desk and flips that hoe over. But Dante hits a smooth little backflip, hits a perfect landing, catches his gun, and scopes the scenery out just to see that the old dude disappeared and got up out of there. I'm gonna be real, I would have been mad as fuck. If I'm chilling in my room and someone randomly just walks in there and starts talking weird and messing up my belongings, I'm hitting them with a 2-piece the moment I see him again, I promise you. I'ma straight hit that boy with the make it. So as Dante recovers, he catches the pizza in his hands without even looking. And right before he gets on his big bag activities, some demons pop in and cook that man. Oh my God! Dante had more niggas in him at that moment than Violent Myers taking a gangbang. I mean, bruh, there was knives coming out of every crevice of his body. They had him looking like a spike ball. Now, you would think that would be GG's for Dante, right? You know, you probably would have already started getting funeral preparations ready. But nope. My guy said they must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. And he just straight up pushes one demon away so bad that he literally turned to dust. He had that boy hitting the Spider-Man. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Looking ass. And that's not even the end of it, because he was about to solo the rest of them too. He's putting cases on all them bitches. And after he spins the head of the demon he just killed like it's a basketball, he start walking away from the crowd, dragging one of the bums with him, and then kicks bro right into the rest of the team back there, knocking them all down like he just got a strike in bowling. He then continues to walk towards the boombox and straight up rips a blade out his chest, tosses that hoe up in the air like a wife tossing out flowers to the up and coming ones, and knocks his fan down, causing him to get a collateral. The fight hasn't even fully begun yet, and he's doing them boys dirty. And just to turn things up a little more, he does this.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Four big guys, and they bust on my eyes. They eat my ass just like apple pie.
What?
If they keep fucking me like this, I might just die.
Man, I'm fucking pissed. I pray to God take my enemies, but he took my bitch. I ain't never gotta be pissed. But
Oh yeah! It's showtime! So once he gets the music started, Dante starts soloing every single demon in that room. It had me thinking of that Snowfall meme, because he was dropping him, her, him, bodies. Dude is literally so clean with it. He took his gun out and slid it across the weapon in slow motion for no reason. Nigga could have just pulled it out and shot him, but he said, nah, let me get a little stylish with it. So once he pops a demon's jalooper off, he gets more saucy with it because this man literally skateboarded on a nigga, bruh. And he wasn't just skateboarding on him. He was dropping all of his friends too. Imagine you and your guys try to gang up on one person, and instead of it going like this,
Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back!
it results in this. I know that whole car ride back to the demon realm was quiet as hell. They had to be looking like Desi Banks after getting whooped like that. And then for the final part to end it off, Dante not only backflips this bum into the wall, but he then lands on his pool table, causing the balls to fly off. And guess what he did? Now, take a quick guess. What did he do?
I don't know.
You stupid
Dude shot the white ball like it was an actual game of pool going on, and then hit the other balls into the demons, catching another three-piece. Hold on, can we get a slow-mo of that right quick? Dante ups the stick, he shoots, the 8 balls connect, and he knocks them all down. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, that was the best shot we've ever seen in this universe. Somebody give this man a ring, a trophy, and some good sloppy topping. Because I don't care what nobody say. You are you, but he is him. I ain't never in my life seen someone do something like this, even in anime. I usually be seeing key blasts or super fast movements from otherworldly beings, but shooting a pool ball into a collateral? Yeah, this dude is different, and I mean super different.
You just wake up early in the morning and start dickieing. You dicky from 7 a.m. all the way to 10 o'clock p.m. You don't clock out till 10.
Then the next cutscene where he walks outside of his shop, he turns around and it's like,
What the f***, yo? God damn! God damn! God damn!
so then he turns back around and decides to be extremely extra, because he tosses his sword up in the air and starts spinning his jacket all over the place like he's trying to swing some nunchucks. And he does all this just to put the outfit on, swing his coat back, and then catch his sword back in his hand. Now we all know there was absolutely zero need for this. Brother, you could have just put that jacket on like a normal person. You're trying to do all this flashy stuff, but my guy, the hoes aren't watching. I'm only watching. I mean, you know, unless you consider me a hoe, you know, I'll do something a little strange for a piece of change if you catch my drift.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
But the hoe's not even in this vicinity right now, so you just did that just to do it. But I will admit, he got that shit on though. But now we skip to mission 3, and Dante is walking into a chamber. All of a sudden, a dog start breaking out the ice, but it ain't just a normal dog. This is a Clifford-sized, 3-headed demon dog named Cerberus. Now, any sane human being would have seen this and immediately start taking off, especially us black people, because when we see any other dog that doesn't look cute or cuddly, boy, you would think we'd all be related to Sonic the Hedgehog with how fast we take off. I'm talking about we'll run a 60 flat. Do not underestimate us when we are terrified. But after Cerberus breaks out the chains and Dante blocks an incoming attack, we get another amazing cutscene that's gonna be dubbed by me because I want to have fun with this. So, camera crew, roll the clip.
Speed. Sound production, take 1.
Leave now, little nigga. Don't you know it's only real demon steppers around these parts? No lames allowed.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I forgot there's some bitch niggas in here. I'll tell you what, how about you let me pass before I do some more damage to a dog than Michael Vick in the early 2000s.
Oh, now you got me fucked up.
Easy, Fido. How about I take you out for a walk? Come on, puppy. Let's go.
You better say GG's, motherfucker.
It's showtime. Come on. How's that?
Try it.
Y'all like that?
No.
Yeah, I know y'all like that. That was hard. That was hard. Anyways, so after Dante cuts the other two heads off in the boss fight and has the last head shaking like I Show Speed when he be dancing, Cerberus explodes himself and then changes into something bright. The light moves closer to Dante and we see that it's actually some nunchucks, and when I tell y'all he's like that when using these, matter of fact, I'm not even finna talk no more. I want y'all to just go ahead and watch what he can do. Oh, also, this might be a perfect time to mention, but Dante is a master of all weapons and styles, by the way. And there's no reason for that either. Like, nigga was just born cold. Like, the dude can literally block anything and send it back to you full force. And do many more things that I explained in the first video. So y'all can go peep the original if y'all want to see all that. The link will be in the description below. Trust me, I pretty much threw in every single moveset that he could do. Yeah, so a quick plug. Anyways, while he's about to move on up to the tower so that he can stop his brother Virgil from opening up the demon world, some woman just busts in through the window with a motorcycle, and instead of just sidestepping or even diving out the way like a normal person, Dante hits a slow-mo Krispy Kreme donut nigga flip over that thing. And once he lands, he start asking her like, bro, what's up with you? What's your vibe? And she don't even say a word. She just flips her big ass rocket back around and tries to blow Dante straight to hell. Now my question is, how is a normal human with no powers not only to casually walk around with a super heavy rocket, but also how is she able to lift up an entire motorcycle like 30 feet in the air with the rocket on her back? She didn't even need to do this. My nigga, there was an opening right there. She could have just drove straight through the entrance. I mean, what? Actually, you know what? I don't care. This video is about Dante and not her. So let's continue back to the main plot. So then Dante sees the rocket coming to him and he's like, all right, let's ride. Cause he bends backwards like he was Neo from the Matrix and then starts casually riding an entire missile like it's another skateboard. Again, just straight up over the top with it. Cause he did not have to do any of this at all. But after he kicks that thing up to the ceiling, this random woman is so unimpressed and unfazed by this that she just speeds off and lifts her bike all the way up to Jesus and drives away. But keep in mind, we don't know her name yet at this point of the story. So I'm just gonna keep calling her woman for now until her name is revealed. So stay with me now. So now fast forward into the game, and after he takes down this whatever the fuck creature this is, he gets an item to help him progress through the tower, only to then realize that the door he just passed through can't be opened up again. Or so he thought. Because all of a sudden, this Pinocchio nose rip-off Joker with some extremely yellow teeth like he hasn't brushed his teeth since the years before Christ appears from thin air to tell Dante before he tries to shoot the door down with his guns that don't work. And that he has to use his sword to move forward and open the doors. So once he tried to slice bro in half, the doors open like he said it would, and then he moves on. I had to throw this clown in here because he plays an important role later on as the main antagonist. So after moving on up the tower, he reaches another room where he's trying to get through, but Big Blood and Big Crip up here start talking to him like,
hey, young nigga, you know we can't let you through here, right? That's right, little bro. Why don't you go ahead and take your little Jamie Lee Curtis looking ass up out of here? After all, we repping both the Crips and the Bloods at the same time. I promise you don't want these problems.
Alright. Stop the cap. First off, both of y'all look like some damn LED lights off of steroids, so if y'all really want to roast, we can get it popping. Second off, fuck you, cause I ain't respecting your crippin'. You see the colors I'm rocking, so whoop! And just because I got on red like the color of your skin, it don't mean we blood like that. Nigga, I will bleed you out, straight up. And now since I gotta spell it out for y'all dumbass niggas, I'm trying to get through that door. Got it?
Alright, bro. We tried to warn you. Now we gotta jump. Ugh.
So after Dante packs both of them boys up with ease, they start asking him to take them with them on his journey. Oh nah, bro, this is a little embarrassing for Agni and Rudra. That whooping Dante gave to them was so bad, it had them boys turning over a new leaf. They went from heavy steppers to heavy meat riders after one bad session. That's crazy. But Dante is just like, sure, y'all can come with me, but only if y'all keep y'all mouth shut. And they just like, throw your dirt! And then Dante takes up the swords, and y'all already know it's time to show off.
What is that? Oh shit, what is that? Shut the fuck up!
Good.
So fast forward to the game again, and we see the white Michael Jordan confront the random woman from before. It's revealed that old dude is actually her father, and clearly he's up to no good. So after he does his daughter dirty and throws her off a cliff, Dante just walks outside, looks up at the air, and just casually catches this woman that's falling faster than a hopeless romantic. Then he starts trying to riz her up and everything, you know what I'm saying? He being all smooth with it. So we already knowing she about to give him her number. Oh, some miscalculations were made, but it's okay, because he just casually walks off a bullet in his brain, and then after getting shot again, he's like, "Fuck you too, bitch!" and just leaves her on the ledge. Now that's my guy. See, I knew he was locked in, because he had to have J. Cole in his head. Because if a girl don't want to be saved, don't save her. She don't want to be saved, don't save her. And I'll leave her right on that ledge too. If a girl pop me in the head after I try to save her life, I ain't gonna lie, I'm taking all of her wigs and makeup and burning them hoes right in front of her. She gonna feel my wrath. But besides the point, again, we move on further into the game, and we finally get to see Dante confront his twin brother at the top of the building. And since I already dubbed this part before, I'm just gonna use the same clip I did for the Virgil video, because honestly, it fits here. It's totally not because I'm feeling lazy and don't want to redub the entire scene again, because that would, I don't really know where I was going with this, but I'm just throwing in the clip. Bro, why is you summoning all these demons to fight? Power. Nigga, what? Power, nigga. You ain't here the first time? Nah, I heard you, bro, but like, why? Now you see, brother, power is more important than eating food. It's more important than drinking water. If I see a strong person with power, I'll tell him like this here. I likes you, he like you, and I want you, and he wants you. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. What's it gonna be, Dante? What? I can't hear you, Dante. He can't hear you, Dante. Well, I'm assuming we just gonna have to fight now. And after the boss fight ends, we get another hard-ass cutscene of them fighting. And since I already described how most of that went in the Virgil video as well, link in the description below, I'm just gonna skip past it. But just know that Dante got smacked up, stabbed in the chest by his own sword, which awakened a new power inside of him. And then after transforming, he was left on top of the building unconscious. So now that you're caught up to speed, let's talk about the next best scene, because me personally, I think this is top 5 cutscenes of all time in a video game. My boy Dante wakes up sometime after straight up getting demolished by his brother, right? He walk over and pick his sword up and then walk over to the edge of the tower. Brother man was so mad after catching that L, he smacked the statue next to him so hard that it literally blew up through the impact of his fist. And you know it's a crazy power up too, when even the main character got to look at himself in shock. Had that boy look like Rigby when he first learned the death punch. And then he straight up swan dives off the building, and while he's falling down, he run into a bunch of bird demons. And this nigga starts going crazy. I mean, once he pulled out the Glock dookie, he was popping every single one of them demons like he had aimbot on him. Then to be even cooler, no relation to Frieza, he straight tornado blast like 50 demons in a row. And it's still going because he still continues to run down the building and blast more birds straight to hell. I don't even know how he didn't trip or fall or nothing. but I don't even care because this was so sick. I'm all here for it. And now, of course, since Dante is being more disrespectful than Aaron the plumber, he decides to start playing hopscotch with the birds like it's just a game. And you know they didn't like that one bit, so they toss him up in the air, surround that boy, and devour him. Psych! Bro, this dude starts omega slashing and shooting all them niggas away in an instant. Dog, do y'all not see how crazy this is? He should not be doing this type of stuff. That motherfucker is not real. And speaking of not real, it gets worse. Cause he then straight yeets his sword down at more of the birds, catching like 3 of them in a row, then shoots perfectly at his sword, causing that thing to speed up even more and catch more bodies as it falls. In fact, it was going so fast that the dang blade was heating up, bruh. It's heating up. Then to finally end it off, Dante comes running in like Sonic the Hedgehog with the speed, grabs his sword, and then takes flight.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can.
What the fuck? Now, even though he got swallowed up by this whale appearing from nowhere, y'all gotta admit, that cutscene was absolute cinema. The visuals, the action, the music behind it, if you actually played the game. Peak! But moving on, and now Dante has to find his way out of this humongous creature. And let me tell y'all something, I would hate to have to be inside this motherfucker's stomach. I mean, bruh literally has demonic entities roaming around as well as having a bunch of gunk on the ground and another one of those weird worm things in his stomach. I know the smell in here was straight ass. I'm talking, I would rather eat some ranch flavored snake pussy than to deal with this smell. Mr. Beast himself couldn't pay me to be in. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me not get too ahead of myself. Mr. Beast is a very rich man. I might consider it. But luckily though, Dante manages to take the whale out from the inside of its body and eventually cuts it open in order to escape. And he was looking more bloody than my meat after diving into my woman when she's on her period.
What did he say?
Anyways, he ends up meeting back up with the nameless woman just for them to get surrounded by demons like 2 seconds later. And while they sending them back to the underworld, he asks for her name, but tells them that she doesn't have one and he can just call her anything. So Dante nicknames her Lady, and that literally becomes her name moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, Dante leaves the lower level demons to her since she knows she can hold her own, while he goes on to take on the more important / dangerous demons. And trust me, I mean dangerous, because the next boss he went to take down was a woman named Nevin, or Nevon, I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce that name. But she all freaked out. She got her titties covered by her hair and looking at him a certain way. She even tried to flirt with my boy right here.
My, you're sweet.
Shut the fuck up, you nasty bitch. I don't know how the fuck you jumping my son, you little nasty ass nigga. Shut your little bitch ass up, you dirty bitch. Who the fuck is this long hair ass, long jawbreaker looking ass nigga that mismarried?
Oh yeah, dap me up, brother man. Because coming in the cut like Tupac talk about some bitches ain't shit. We don't love them hoes. And it's like that was perfect execution in this scenario. Not to mention after he clapped her cheeks, she turned into a guitar and Dante literally performed a whole concert right then and there with it. And he was going crazy with it too. With a performance like this, I'm surprised he didn't make it a Rolling Loud. Now, even though the crowd was completely empty, he still brought the vibes because he's him. Mind you, we still in Devil May Cry 3 at this point. We also still gotta talk about DMC 1, 2, 4, and 5. So I'm gonna try to speed this up. So Dante pushes on more through the tower, eventually gaining more broken abilities such as being able to slow down time. I'm so for real. He just casually gained the ability to slow down time after killing a demonic horse. With how crazy everything is going on in this game, I might need Tunari to make a video on this because if you think about it, Devil May Cry don't make a lick of sense. But I digress. Now it's time for a speedrun. Dante goes up the tower more, finds his brother and wants to run the ones again, but they looking evenly matched now. Lady then shows up and interrupts the fight, but guess who's back? Back again. That's right, it's the clown, who turns out to be One Punch Man, who also unlocks the gate to the demon realm, then solos everybody off the tower in one fell swoop, causing everyone to start back from square one. And then the next big cutscene he's a part of is so fucking sick. I'm talking about SpongeBob on a bad day type of sick. So peep game, right? After Dante makes his way back outside, he sees Lady's motorcycle hanging off the ledge, and he hit the Joker face because he already know he about to do something crazy with it. So he jumps into the air, and with the Cerberus nunchucks he gained from before, he whips that thing out like Scorpion Spear from Mortal Kombat, brings that hoe towards him, and starts driving up the tower with it. And that's not even the crazy part, because then a piece of the tower breaks off and falls over. But instead of Dante just falling down to the ground and breaking his back, this nigga drives up the entire pillar and then backflips off that motherfucker while moving forward. Dog, coming close like I'm Jordan the Stallion. How do you do this? First off, let's just assess this image right here, okay? He is right here. Zoom in. The pillar is going backwards. This automatically should have resulted in him flying up with his motorcycle and flying off that shit. But I guess my man just doesn't care about gravity no more, huh?
Nope.
And he wanted to increase the stylish meter like crazy, because some demons jump at my boy, and he's like, oh, I got to have you.
We got to go. We got to do all this. You want this smoke? Okay, you about to get it. It's about to be a barbecue.
And that boy starts juggling the bike mid-air and is squad wiping all of them, bro. Then he starts burning some of the other ones like a Family Guy victim and finalizes the combo with a 1, 2.
That's a 2-piece, fuck nigga.
Welcome.
3-piece, fuck niggas. Oh wait, now hold on. Photo shoot. Pose. Can you guys tell that I love talking about Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
Okay, but now let's get back to the speed run. So then Dante pushes on up the demonic tower through tons of puzzles, fighting Lady and getting her rocket as a reward, defeating his own shadow and somehow being able to clone himself after. Then he flies up to hell? Proceeds to confront Dr. Phil after he stole the power of Sparta, which then leads to them asking this question.
It's like staring into a backed up toilet.
Harvey Dent then proceeds to transform into whatever this blob of trash is and starts tiring out my boy Dante. But just to his luck, his brother came in to save him. So after a very terrible boss fight and after they jumped that man into the depths of hell, they then hit that boy with a jackpot and blast that boy to smithereens, causing him to drop the 2 keys that unlock the gate to the demon realm. Then they both dive in to get him, and they both have they talk about their philosophies before having their final showdown, where Dante straight up speed blitzes his brother. And you know it was a one-sided ass whooping too, because that nigga Virgil felt so bad after that loss that when Dante offered him to stay in the human world, he said, nah, I'ma do my own thing. Falls down into the actual demon world, and just like his father, he tried to take on the head of all demons, Mundus. And Mundus was up there like, you're not that guy, pal, trust me, you're not that guy. Because, well, y'all see the result of what happened to Virgil in DMC 1. So after all that, Dante returns to his shop and fixes up the place and officially starts his demon hunting business. Devil May Cry. Now finally, that brings us on to Devil May Cry 1. Jesus, we're not even close to done. So boom, DMC 1 kicks off with the prologue explaining the story about how Sparta turned against the demons to protect humanity and defeat the demon king Mundus and all that rah rah rah. Not to mention that Mundus also killed Dante's mom too, so you know, keep that in mind. And after that, we get the first cutscene where some blonde hoe named Trish crashed into Dante's place and it's like, prove your worth, little nigga. Then hits this man with a McChicken combo and straight hits Dante's sword into his chest. She even wanted to disrespect him even more because she then decided to take a perfectly fine motorcycle and chuck it at my boy. But he said, yo, word of my mom's, I get hot. The toolies is really coming out, because he take out both of his guns and lights up the motorcycle, sending it all the way back to Trish. And look at how he's approaching her, bruh. He got the sword in his chest and he looking down on her, knowing that he could wipe her off the map in an instant. He had the 2 Glocks in his hands. He was ready to pull up like Corey Kenshin, talk about some, I hope you bulletproof for this bout to hurt. But she's like, wait a minute, big bro, don't be rash. For 1, my name is Trish. And for 2, what if I told you that Mundus has been unsealed and he's located at a place called Malay Island? And it's an expensive devil hunting job too, so you might even make like $50 million if you do this. So what do you say? You down for it?
For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million. I'm gonna hell.
So just like that, he heads on over to Malay Island, and after he moves through the castle a little bit, he finds a sword in the wall. Then out of nowhere, that thing sparks up like someone ready to smoke a blunt and straight impales Dante through the chest. And it was still electrifying. I know his body had to be feeling like that one guy getting shocked in Home Alone. Brother's blood was looking like a barbecue on the inside. But of course, as we already know, Dante is really that guy. So he just casually lifts his body through the entire sword like it was nothing. Mind you, he could have just grabbed the sword and threw it off of him. But he decided to rise up like that one SpongeBob meme and then grab the sword to lift it into the air like He-Man, causing him to now get the powers of lightning. Yeah, bro, lightning! Dude, he's just casually stacking up his arsenal. It's ridiculous. And thanks to his arsenal, he was able to take down a life-size spider with the powers of lava, a giant-ass demon bird, a demon named Nello Angelo, who was actually Virgil being controlled by Mundus because he lost in the fight in DMC 3, and a sludge villain that operates like a demonic tank. And yeah, I know I just kind of skipped over a lot of that in this game, but that's because there's not really many cutscenes in DMC 1 to begin with. This is because it was the very first Devil May Cry game to be created all the way back in 2001. And then on top of that, most of the cool stuff he does is within the actual gameplay and towards the final few cutscenes. So boom! Now all that finally results in Dante finally confronting Mundus, and I mean his pull-up game was elite! It wasn't on the level of Piccolo aura farming or even Vegeta busting through mountains to pull up to the scene, but it's still close, cause nigga walked up to Mundus's home turf and he was talking about some
"Again I must face a Sparta. Strange fate, isn't it?"
And Dante is like,
"Strange and ironic that it will end the same way."
But Mundus ain't let that slide though, cause he was holding Trish hostage. You already know bro was ready to troll Dante into oblivion here. So after he pops Dante a few times with some beams, Trish breaks free and takes the hit from my guy, which results in her dying. Now Dante gets so mad about that Mundus tries to shoot him again, but he just turns around and deflects one of the beams just by looking at it. Nigga mewed at the blast and it worked. He really had Mundus's attack hitting the skedaddle. Brother man got the Conqueror's hockey on him. So then he started telling Mundus to show himself and stop hiding. He was like, "Come to the streets, bro. I will beat your motherfucking ass, home." So Mundus says, "Bet that up." Shows his true form, throws them both into space, and Dante flies up to transform into the same devil form his father had. Then the fight starts and Dante was working old dude, belt to ass with it. It was so bad that he literally summoned a whole dragon just cause he wanted to and threw that hole at Mundus. Now it's one thing to be able to breathe in space, but summoning a demonic dragon too?
Right hand on the Bible, God can strike me down if I'm lying? That motherfucker's cheating!
And he clapped Mundus up so bad that he had that boy disintegrating. Now mind you, all that stuff that Dante did in DMC 3, he was 18. Why is that important? It's because it's the fact that Dante was 28 years old in this game and he was able to take down a multiversal being with over 1,000 years of experience. I'm gonna say that again, 1,000 years of experience. Do y'all not realize how insane that is? That's like LeBron getting his ankle snatched up and dunked on by a 10-year-old. It don't make no type of sense. Like, hey, John Cena, how would you describe Mundus? Ass. But after Dante claps him up, he returns to see Trish laid out dead on the floor still, and since she looked like his mom, it hit him pretty hard when he saw her die. So hard, in fact, it made him hit a voice crack worse than mine in my videos.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna be real, I don't know how niggas was taking this seriously in the recording studio. I would have been behind the glass wall laughing my ass off. I know this was supposed to be a serious moment, but dude really blew it by sounding like Ice JJ Fish. It's something about you, girl, that just makes my head wanna twirl.
Cut the shit the f off.
What is it?
But what is he doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
But anywho, as he's dipping out the demon world and trying to escape the island, guess who pops back in? This lame nigga Mundus, bruh. But this time he is looking horrible. I mean, Dante done cooked this dude so bad he had him looking like a special ed bowl of spaghetti. Like, god dang, bro, you got 2 eyeballs randomly placed right here, hands coming out of everywhere. You don't even got no legs. Brother, you look like God submitted you at 11:59 p.m. You do not look correct. But just as Dante starts getting tired, Mother Trish come in with a booster pack after getting revived by the sword and gives my guy a power-up that was so good that Dante upped both of his blicks to Mundus and said, jackpot. And popped that boy Mundus so bad he got sent all the way back into the depths of hell. I'm talking about the deep depths too. Brother man was getting the color sucked out of him. And you know this was an early 2000s PlayStation game when a random plane shows up out of nowhere and Dante just automatically knows how to fly it. I'm so serious, bruh. He took the plane and just flew off the island with Trish as if he has a license to be a pilot. Now, am I finna question it? No, because it just gives me even more reason to glaze him. But unfortunately, I can only glaze him like this with 2 things in DMC 2 because this game was awful. This game is like if a pile of boo-boo took a boo-boo and also threw up on that new pile of boo-boo with very small specks of diamonds in there. And those diamonds represents the very, very, very few good things about this game. Yes, it's that bad. I'm talking Dante is extremely serious in here, which is the only game he's serious in, by the way. The combat is terrible, the enemies are terrible, and there's barely any cutscenes at all. Like, if you're wondering what the Devil May Cry 2 experience is like, it pretty much goes like this.
Release me! Release me!
Alright, but this ain't a hate video, so let's move on. So when Dante beats the main antagonist of the game, Arius, who wants to run a demonic company or something, he gives us the hardest line in that entire game.
King? Yeah. Here's your crown.
Ooh, that brother's floating in the air.
Then when Arius gets clapped, another portal to hell opens up and Dante just casually walks through it to take on stronger enemies. At this point, this man has gone to hell more times than someone that be swearing to God and don't be keeping their promises. But once he touches down in there, he faces off with a being named Argisax, whose power is supposed to rival Mundus. And the crazy part about this is, Dante cleared this nigga. Like, peep how bad bro did him. Dante runs in full charge just for Argisax to shoot at him, and he gets hit with a spin move. Clash, nigga. That stinger hit him so good it had brother man looking lost. Give that guy a map. And while Dante's sword is flinging in the air, Argisax looks over once, then looks over again, and then look at how Dante is posed up. Look at him! He's so disrespectful, he got the gun pointed to his op face and he not even looking at him. This might be the hardest off-guard Instagram picture I've ever seen in my life. And his fit looking hard too. We see the fit, brother man. This better get 1 million+ likes. And peep Argisax's face. Even though he made out of flames, you could tell he was still sweating mad bullets. And then Dante charges up his last shot of death and we get a zoom in on his face. Like, peep the smile on Dante's face. That nigga didn't even smile on the cover of the game, so you know he's feeling good right now. He was thinking in his head like, nigga, you're finished. You're finished. You're finished.
Wallahi, you're finished.
Now what Berlizzi say again? Oh yeah, that's right. Shoot the shit out of her!
Don't do this!
No, fuck you, I would do this!
You don't have to do this!
Fuck you, I would do this!
Yeah, boy, that's my GOAT. No matter the outcome, no matter the location, no matter the game, my boy is quite literally always on demon timing. And the timing don't stop, because now we can move on over to DMC4 where we get the original Dante we know and love back. Not this serious and depressed ass nigga right here. So let's get into the new madness. So we first see some people in a church just chilling and praying and all that. You know, typical religious stuff. However though, some of the soldiers there and the priest himself were demons, but the local people ain't know that. So Dante is like, bet, everybody dying. Cause he pop in through the roof and he flying down like an angel from heaven and then lands right in front of the priest. The old man look up and see who's in front of him, and I'm already knowing he wanted to just close his eyes and accept his fate immediately after. And Dante ups the blick and pop knocks that nigga dead in his face. He ain't even showing no remorse because it was an elderly person. He ain't give not one fuck. He put up like bullets to the head. Bye, Granny. It even had everyone in the room shocked and fearing for their lives. And Dante just turns back and we see his face covered in blood too. Now, let's slow this down. Ain't no way I'm finna keep anyone's blood on my face. The person you just shot could have had the same blood as NBA Youngboy, and now, boom, your ass got herpes. And it's close by your eyes too. Brother man, do you want pink eye or something? Go ahead, get you a wash rag and take that off your face. Some Cetaphil would do you wonders, I promise. But this leads into Dante and the new main character, Nero, to box it out. And I actually went through that whole fight in Nero's video as well, so go peep that. Link in the description below. You already know how I'm coming. But what I need to talk about is they round 2 and how one-sided it was. So get ready and peep game. So the new MC Nero is walking and making his way closer to his demon enemies, and that boy is pissed off because he just seen his girlfriend get kidnapped again. While doing that, he sees Dante waiting for him and they start exchanging some words. Dante's like, what took you so long, little nigga?
Hey bro, I'm in no mood. I just lost my bitch again, and I ain't got time for your fuck shit.
And neither do I, bro. And as Nero looks behind him, Dante weaves one hit, then the other. And as Nero's about to blow a fuse, Dante just launches bro all the way to the wall. Had that nigga hitting maximum impact like Sakura when he got punched by Naruto. So after he recovers, that brother man is over there bloodlusted, and my guy Dante is over here with a troll face. Mind you, Nero is Dante's nephew.
What?
Yeah, that's not revealed until DMC5, by the way, but I wanted to throw that in there. So he is extremely strong. Like if Dante and Virgil were Goku and Vegeta, Nero is Gohan. So keep that in mind. But 2 seconds later, he got his whole devil trigger activated, which boosts his strength up even more. But Dante just looks at him like, hey, that's pretty good. Y'all already know he not even worried about this fight. He was probably in his head thinking about what type of pizza he gonna eat when he gets home. So then after the player gets through the boss fight, we get a cutscene of them two fighting and they start clashing a ton. Then Dante gets his sword knocked out of his hand and Nero thinking he got the upper hand now. So he tried to stab my boy, but he bounces out the way and just pushes bro's head into the floor. Catches his sword and then presses that hoe up against Nero like, you need to calm down. You are out of control. Straight humbled his nephew in his debut game. He had to let niggas know ain't shit sweet out here. And it wasn't just his nephew that he humbled in this game, but it was every single boss in here, including the final one. Cause when he approached one of the demon statues that allows other demons to pass to the human world, he turned around to see this beast named Echidna flying in the air. She starts shooting her seeds at him, pause, and Dante turned into Ronaldo cause he starts soccer kicking every single one of them up out of there. Bro even went above and beyond because he then backflipped 10 feet in the air and kicked the final seed all the way back to this motherfucker's face. Oh, and speaking of her face, I'd smash. What? I ain't gonna lie, you know, as long as she ain't using her teeth, I'm all up in that. I'm trying to give her some vitamin D, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, boy. Get the hell out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
And Echidna gets so mad that she flies into Dante and just chomps on him. Even had one leg hanging out like it was a ramen noodle. But that boy just lifts her mouth wide open and pops out that mug with ease. And after speed blitzing her in the boss fight, we get this cutscene right here.
My forest! My children!
Shut up, bitch!
Peak cinema once again. If you disagree, you're wrong, and I'm blocking you. No further words will be said, okay? Okay. Alright, so after he catches that body, he gets some new weapons called Gilgamesh, and he start looking clean. So he walk over to the statue that Echidna came out from, pulls out the legendary Bruce Lee fighting stance, and then 1-inch punches that entire thing into pieces. You just gotta love seeing one goat inspire another. Sensational. I can only imagine getting punched by Dante at this point. Y'all know how Doctor Strange had the soul knocked out of his body? That's what I think what would happen if you went fist to fist with Dante. But of course, there's more, cause he then pulled out a flaming shoryuken and then multiple kicks to split all of them things into more pieces. Then he wanted to increase his style ranking like a G again, cause he wiped his nose, even though he did not have to do all that, jumps 50 feet in the air, and then hand slices through every single pillar, bruh. Again, he did not have to do this. He was just showing off for fun. And someone that's born to show off always remains one, because he pulls up on a demon that's taller than the Statue of Liberty with the powers of infernal hell flames and just casually decides to sit down on him. Apparently this nigga fire resistant too, because if that was anybody else sitting there, they would have been looking more burnt than young Dabo's skin. And this dude is black as hell. Like, dude make a piece of charcoal look light skinned. I'm be real. But he just over there chilling like it's just a regular day that's a little warm outside. And just like how he did Echidna, he ups the blick and booms this nigga in the smithereens. Straight like that. It was mad quick. The same thing goes for this frog villain too, who he just sliced in half. And fun fact, Dante gained a weapon from that frog that allows for over 666 combinations of weapons it could turn into. Some include a spiky boomerang, an explosive bow, a minigun, an omega demonic rocket blaster, and much more. And from the fire demon that he just boomed into hell, he got himself some throwing knives that explode on impact. And he was going crazy with them too. That boy was tossing them things all over the place just to destroy the portal that the demon came out of and formed a heart with it. Then he tossed a rose at that bitch, and just like Playboi Carti's new album, that shit broke my heart. Not like for real though, that album was like 30 songs in total and only 4 of them was pretty good to me. That whole album was a definition of mid Carti fans. I didn't say it was bad. I gotta let that be known now because I know y'all Carti fans be crazy. But now moving on to the next boss Dante faces, and it's a dude named Agnes, who is the same guy that literally took Nero's girl from him. And the intro cutscene is really goofy, bruh, because they for real broke the fourth wall and was acting like they was both in a play. I mean, they had lights shining on them from the ceiling, cameras hitting different angles, and even confetti popping in out of nowhere. The dev team was low-key cooking with this though, I can't even lie, so I still gotta tip my hat off to them. Like, if this was a real life play, I would pay great money to come see this. But after we see that cutscene, of course, it's up to the player to beat the boss fight so we could get another cutscene right after. And y'all already know Dante does Agnes dirty in this next one, because Agnes is like, how did I lose to you? Please, Daddy Dante, give me a helpful tip, preferably the one that's in your pants. And Dante just aims his gun at his research and shoots that crap all over the place. Then he delivers peak dialogue once again.
If you're gonna continue your research in the next world. Do your homework first.
Fly, fly.
Dog, do y'all not see how crazy this is? Nero couldn't stop or take down this man before he stole his girl. But Dante over here just ends him on his first encounter. Not gonna lie, that's a little embarrassing for Nero's side of things, because he had another nigga save/spin back for his bitch. What is this? Bleach? Clearly Nero and Renji gotta be the same person, because they both essentially had another man get they get backs for their own woman. Like, dang bro, I'm sorry other niggas had y'all bitch outside. It's moments like this you just gotta smile and laugh because it's embarrassing. Embarrassing. All right, so moving on to the final boss of DMC4, the Savior, which is by far one of the worst goddamn boss fights to ever exist. But that big old statue is being controlled by the old man from before because he got brought back to life. He also is controlling these angelic looking suits too. And since the old man got beef with Dante now, you already know he wanted to act on it. So he sends in his knights to attack, but Dante just jumps up and smacks 2 away. Then one more, DJ Khaled, another one, jumps off another, and then throws his brother's sword at 3 more of them niggas. Bro is styling on him and he not even trying. You love to see him cooking. And even though the last knight dodges it, Dante does some more parkour to retrieve his sword and then throws his own weapon at the statue and lands on it perfectly. This nigga thinking he a gymnast with how he was able to land on something so skinny. Pause. And as the other knight charges in to slice him, that brother just vanishes. Psych! I lied! Cause that nigga pop up behind the knight on a different ledge and puts one between his eyes just like how he did the previous bosses. Then as per usual, the actual boss fight takes place. And after you beat the savior, Dante goes in and stabs it right into its core. The savior tried to grab my boy, but he hopped back out the way, pulls out the blickies, and starts shooting them hoes like a young nigga that don't got no morals. My boy came in like,
my name Quan Deviante Lamar Jiggleburger, Mr. Hotball with the gun start twerking. You know how I'm coming.
Now pay attention to this next part, cause what I'm about to show you might solidify Dante as a top 5 gunslinger of all time. Bruh, tell me why as he's flying away, his bullets all fly into his brother's sword. One after another. Hello? Can someone please tell me how this nigga got a Hall of Fame deep range badge on him and a better shot percentage than Steph Curry? I would have been more okay with it if it was just one of the bullets that hit the sword. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row? Oh yeah, he got it. Run back the meme again. That motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
But as far as cool stuff, that's pretty much all he does in DMC4, because at the end of the day, it still is Nero's game, so it only makes sense for him to officially take down the big bad boss. Now you know who I'm finna take down? Ladies' fine ass. I mean, ooh wee. Bro, she made a return in DMC4 and she is looking good. I'm talking about, bro, she had the yitties poking out, the cool ass shades, and the booty shorts on her. Y'all know what time it is. I gotta turn my camera on for this one. Listen to me, y'all. I'm about to get up and I'm about to demonstrate some absolutely thirsty shit. Gotta get over here with it. I apologize for my trash camera. Let's pretend DMC4 lady is right here. She's looking at me. Chest all popped out and everything staring in my soul. I am gonna pick my leg up one, pick it up again, and just ace. Her coochie probably feel tighter than a pair of skinny jeans in Atlanta. I would let her pull my devil trigger and call me a Nick. Brother, I'm serious. That's the baddest bitch I saw in my whole life. Bruh, she literally shot her dad. She got daddy issues. I know the coochie feel good. I want her. What she does to me, I get turned into a beast. Give me that. I need her. And baby, just take a little time and visit a Backbeaters University. I am so sorry. I'm gonna go back to the video now. Please subscribe. I know I'm weird. Please, just do it. All right, we are now onto the 5th and final game, Devil May Cry 5. Now, in this game, Dante is like 40-something years old now, so we get to see him as an old head. But OG still be putting in work, so don't let the old age fool you. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, in DMC2, Dante's in his early 30s, and DMC4, he's in his late 30s. Just a fun little fact, that's all. Okay, back to it. So the game start out with him fighting the new main antagonist, Urizen. And deadass in the first cutscene we see, Dante gets obliterated by him. I'm talking, he got disrespected so bad that his main sword, the Rebellion, gets shattered into pieces. And he gets flung out the arena, causing him to be knocked out for a whole month. A month! We ain't never seen Dante take an L like this before, so you already know that Get Back is finna be crazy. So after this other new character named V brings the Devil's Sword Sparta next to him, he finally wakes up and gets back on his mission to take down Urizen. And just like every other game, you gotta play through a ton of missions to where you eventually reach another boss fight. And in this game, his first boss that he meets is Cavalier Angelo, and off rip, they get right into it. Nigga threw a motorcycle at Dante, but he just cut that bitch in half like this how you cut a Zan cake. So after another speed blitz by the player, he slices a piece of the Angelo's face off, and that part merges with the bike from before. So Dante saw that, and you already know a light bulb was going off in his head because he was plotting right there. So then he get up and start decimating the Angelo. I'm talking about he was cutting bro open like a C-section and was doing so much combos that his body remained floating in the air. Then as Dante was doing all that, more pieces was getting flung off of bro, and we see the bike eventually become 100% demon-powered motorcycle. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, I would pay good money to have this motorcycle, because look how clean it is. Not to mention that when Dante rescued Trish from the Angelo, the bike just went and caught them both all on its own. So this thing is also like a smart vehicle, and now my GOAT has this in his arsenal. In fact, this bike is so clean that even a devil may cry.
He said it! He said it!
So the next cutscene hits and Dante comes in flying off that bike. With how fast he was going, I'm surprised he ain't crashing or nothing, because I know I would have blinked and the next thing I know, I'm at a Juice WRLD concert. Now what he does with this vehicle is brutal to the demons. So stay with me now. So Dante jumps into a big hole in the ground and 360 spins on one demon, lands and starts donut spinning on the others, then catches a three-piece with more demons looking like a shish kebab on a bike. Then he flips his bike and splits it in two, smacks two dead, and grinds another nigga's face in the mush and starts drip kicking these niggas, bro. How saucy? How saucy do you have to be to not only use a motorcycle as a weapon, but also balance on one wheel while fucking up your ops? And guess what? It don't even end there. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Because then he keeps swinging on the other demons and then rides the others to death. Literally. I don't mean that in a Lil Nas X way. I mean he is hopping on his bike and revving these motherfuckers to the ground. Then to end off the cutscene, he gives us one disrespectful one-liner.
How's that for road rash?
Oh my God, he's so goddamn cool!
Then the next big cutscene we see is with the main man headed up to his childhood home that was destroyed by Mundus when he was a kid. And as we've seen in way earlier in the game that Virgil used his sword to stab himself and split himself into two, Dante thought about doing that as well and was like, that's a great idea. I'm with that, because he knew instead of splitting himself from his demon half and human half, it would instead transform him into something else. And best believe it did, because once he absorbed the sword of Sparta on his back, he powers up like a Super Saiyan, and we see his new form looking fire. I'm talking about bro is spiked up everywhere. He got some new wings on him and his face was looking terrifying, but in a good way. The only problem with this is that he was breathing out smoke and the area he was in was not cold. So I know this nigga breath was kicking right here. I'm talking about waking up in the morning straight off a hot Cheetos breath. That's how bad it was. But once he gets his new form, he flies up out of there and we cut to Nero to see that he getting that same Saga Goku treatment. But Dante booms the entire area and saves Nero. And that boy Urizen was looking over like, who the fuck is this nigga, bro? Meanwhile, we get another beautiful shot of Dante looking cleaner than ever. But Urizen on his hentai timing, because he tries to shoot Dante with his tentacles just to have them hoes get ripped off right after. And just like Thor sticking his hand out to summon Mjolnir, Dante does the same thing to summon his new sword, Devil's Sword Dante. And just like how Chozo could do to my girlfriend's pussy, Dante spreads that shit open because he about to show his full power. Then that's exactly what he does in the boss fight, so we can actually move on because a lot of his cutscenes is rinse and repeat at this point. Literally, he meets a boss, he trash talks it, whoops its ass, then gains a new devil arm from it where he proceeds to show off how cool he is. But one cutscene in particular is different because in this one, he meets a woman named Nico who is bad. I'm talking about I'd be in her like, Anyways, she gives Dante a hat called Dr. Faust, and apparently it gives niggas the powers of Michael Jackson. Like, bro, peep this right here. Oh my God, peep the scarf. Peep the pose. Fuck him. Oh my God, kick that bitch. Move over, ho. Spin move. Hold on, do it to him. Billie Jean with it. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Hit him with the pose. Yeah, nigga.
I came.
Now, apologies for throwing in this meme for the billionth time. But that's what I'm talking about. That's my MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. First, he took inspiration from Bruce Lee, and now Michael Jackson? He's him. Just accept it. But now it's time for another quick little speed run. Dante meets all the way back up with Urizen for round 2. He speed blitzes him by stabbing him in his chest, making him invulnerable. Speed takes this as an opportunity to stab Urizen while he's down. But wait! It fuses them back into Virgil. Whoa! Who would have guessed? But since Dante was a little tired from the last fight, Virgil just speed blitzes Dante and tells him to challenge him again when he's fully healed up. So he makes his way up the Qlipoth tree, which is where he easily takes down some more bosses, and meets back up with his brother Virgil to end their sibling rivalry. So they tie up the fight again, and right before they kill each other, boom! Nero pops in his master Devil Trigger and stops they fighting. Then Nero fights and defeats Virgil, aka his father, and after that, Dante and Virgil make their way down to the demon world to get rid of the Qlipoth tree for good, while they leave and trust Nero to keep things safe up in the human world. Then while they down there, they take on some more demons, and Dante ends his last scene in Devil May Cry with this famous line, "Jackpot." Now I know I didn't talk about Dante as much in all the other DMC games besides DMC 3, but y'all gotta understand that most of the cutscenes in the other games revolves around his dialogue more than his actual actions. You know, it is a video game franchise at the end of the day, so they kinda left out all the action-packed stuff up to the player and the gameplay. And I didn't want to talk about his movesets again, cause that would've just felt like a showcase. I'm telling y'all, bro, I pretty much showed off all of his moves in the old Dante video, and that pretty much took up most of that time in that one. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this one again, because it definitely took a lot out of me making this, and you know, I pretty much missed out on making Invincible videos when the show was really popping, so I might have fumbled, but at least I got to talk about my favorite character in my favorite game franchise. Now y'all better hit that subscribe button too, because if we get 100K subs before DreamCon 2025, then I will make an hour-long Vegito versus Buhan video for you guys. Matter of fact, if this video gets over 5K likes, I'll drop a long video about how Batman soloed all of Gotham in Batman Arkham Knight. I promise, I got y'all. And for the final thing before I go, make sure to comment down below about what fictional character or what fictional fight y'all want me to talk about in the future. But with that being said, that's how Dante became the coolest character in the Devil May Cry franchise.